Good morning. Trust everybody had a good Easter and glad to be back in action. I'll ask the clerk to call roll this morning.
Senator Albritton. Senator Beasley. Senator Butler. Here. Senator Elliott. Here. Representative England. Representative Garrett. Senator Orr. Representative Pringle. Here. Representative Reynolds.
Here.
Senator Roberts.
Here.
Representative Witt.
Here. Well, good morning. We had 44 submissions this month, and all 44 made it. We had 6 that came in on a wing and a prayer, and we'll chat about that. First contract, Alabama Law Enforcement Agency.
Good morning. I'm Michelle Cohn with Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. Aaliyah has one contract this morning with MJ White to provide federal grant management and compliance services. Total cost is $220,800. We did use the RFP process. And since this is a requirement from a recent FEMA desk audit of Aaliyah's grant management program, it's paid for with 100% federal funds.
Thank you. Any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
AG's office.
Clay Crenshaw with the AG's office. This is a contract with Eagle Center for Leadership, who will come into our building and do a leadership training for our division chiefs and managerial staff. They've done a training within the past couple of years just for the executive staff. Total cost should be well under $5,000. I think we overestimated the cost there.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Conservation.
Good morning, Juliana Dean for the Department of Conservation. We have 5 contracts before you today. 2 are new contracts, 3 are no-cost time extensions, all for engineering or related technical services. The first one is with Mills Connolly for electrical engineering at our marinas. They will service and inspect about 600 boat slips.
Any questions? Okay.
The next one is with CDG. It's a no-cost time extension for bond projects and ARPA projects.
And RFP 2021, next RFP.
Yes, sir. It will be reprocured before this amendment expires, so within the next 2 years.
Okay. Any questions? Thank you.
You're welcome. The next one was with LAD, also a no-cost time extension for boat ramps in North Alabama.
Questions? Thank you.
You're welcome. Precision Surveying, Land Surveying Services, again, no-cost time extension.
Questions? Thank you.
You're welcome. And the final one is with Olson & Associates. It's a new contract for coastal engineering services.
Questions? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Corrections.
Good morning, I'm Andy Spears with the Alabama Department of Corrections. Today we have one contract. It is a 2-year no-cost renewal of Bahati Environmental. They do on as-needed environmental assessments.
Any questions? It may go by Bate also, just a thought. No, it's hard to know.
Okay.
They do a whole lot of work. No questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Education.
Good morning, Tina Hammonds for the State Department of Education. Our first contract is Kelly Services. This is a federal EANS money, and it's being directed to non-public private schools.
Sole source, is it?
Yes, sir, it is.
You know, there are a couple other vendors, ESS, Spur Staffing. We've had this conversation right along, Tina.
It's my understanding this is an extension of the previous contracts that are already in place in the schools. And so in order to be able to run out the monies under the contract to continue providing the services that are already in place.
You don't change horses.
Correct.
Okay. Just be aware that there are others. And Thus, I think designation as sole source would not be truthful going forward.
Yes, sir. I do believe it is to continue the services, and this will be the ending of this money. And so when this money is paid out to the non-public schools with the contracts they already have in place, then this is just to continue that until the money is gone.
Okay. Any other questions? Senator?
Mr. Chairman, I want to echo your concerns about all the sole source contracts that we see in the Department of Ed. I'm not confident a lot of times. This is obviously one. Could we hold it till we get the assurances that this is just a continuation of a existing contract?
You may,
See the
sir.
word new, and we probably get that information this afternoon. And but let's make sure we're doing our due diligence as far as making sure there are more vendors out there, please.
Yes, sir. And like I said, this is for non-public schools, so we're not actually administrating the work. This was in order to be able to move the federal funds for their purposes. So we will do that.
Okay, any other questions? I can go to in choice.
Yes, sir. This is also a continuation of certification process services. So they actually are the company that's currently being used for all of our teacher certification processes. It was an extendable contract due to simply the understanding that the contract was going to last longer, but then when it was written, because it was a sole source, it was written shorter. The contract ran out. So there was an emergency contract that extended it. And now, after that gap, to make sure that we got through phase 1, this is the contract for phases 3 and 4. So we have been through 1 and 2. And so this is the extension that was contemplated originally to finish phases 3 and 4.
I'm not the only one that's getting frustrated by all the ed sole sources, and sole source indicates that there's no one else in the United States that can do this, or in Alabama. And Senator, I don't have any idea if you have thoughts on this one as well. I know we've done phase 1. This is 2 and 3. I hear that.
It is a build, and we're halfway through it.
Okay. Any other questions? Thank you.
Keosite LLC. This is an RFP that was solicited on 5/30 of 23 and awarded on 11/17 of 23. And this is the new applicant tracking system and hiring platform that will include digital onboarding and talent selection management tools for all teacher applicants in the state.
All right. Any questions? Thank you, ma'am. Top page 7.
So this is American Institute for Research, AIR. This is all federal funding, and this is a part of a federal grant. Dr. Bailey of AIR was selected for inclusion in the grant proposal that was submitted and awarded by the federal government due to Dr. Bailey's nationally recognized expertise in delivering the highest quality professional development. The grant was actually, the procurement grant was written with the actual people in it who would be able to finish the work. And it's all federal funds and is being awarded due to the grant provisions.
So sole source.
Yes, sir.
With nothing you could do about it.
Nothing we can do about it because we're not really able to get people
Sure.
to want to participate unless they know the project will be funded.
Yes, ma'am. Any questions? Thank you.
And the last one is with Dr. Injrap Poole, who is the lead, the only comp national trainer for Alabama. We have been involved in comp training. I did some research, apparently over 10 years. This is the training that we provide to our teachers for organization and management program development and also for student learning. It is required through our standards for our Alabama Regional In-Service Center requirements for our teachers. And we have a lot of teachers who are Comp 1 trained. And so in order for them to complete the process and be Comp 2 trained, this is the only trainer that is available from the organization to provide that training to our RIC people in Alabama for this year.
Okay. Any questions? Thank you. Appreciate it. We're not trying to bang you or beat you up here. It's just,
That's fine.
it's a burr under all of our saddles. Okay, Forestry Commission.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Rouse, the Forestry Commission. I've got one contract for you today with John Stivers. This is to provide the training for our Certified Prescribed Burn Manager certification and recertification training. It's very similar to contracts we've had in the past. I don't think there's really much difference than the ones you've seen many times before. But if you have any questions.
Any questions? You guys do a great job administrating this program across the state for many of our forest owners, and appreciate that.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
Any other questions? Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no.
Good morning, committee. Jimmy
Morning, sir.
Hinterkin with the Legislative Services Agency. We have, actually, the Legislative Council has one contract before you today with Insightly. It's basically a renewal contract for the Administrative Code Database website.
And we've seen them before on another website, I'm told.
That is correct.
Okay. All right, any questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Medicaid?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Nick Hines, Assistant General Counsel with the Alabama Medicaid Agency. The agency has 3 contracts before you today, 2 amendments and 1 new contract. The first contract is with Stuart A. Lockwood, DMD. Dr. Lockwood will primarily be providing the prior authorization reviews for the agency.
Any questions? Senator Orr?
Mr. Chairman, just looking at this contract facially, how many proposals did you receive when you did this initially?
There were 3 bidders.
3 bidders. Do you remember where they're from? The other 2?
I do not. I'm sorry, Senator.
This reminds me of the old days, Mr. Chairman, where we would have RFPs and somebody from the Montgomery area would pop up usually and get that contract because there was very little education out in the state, and that's the reason we started the database. I'd like to talk further with Medicaid about this one, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hold that.
And Senator, I don't know if it would be useful. This one is, I believe, about to be rebid, and that RFP should go out next month.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yes,
please,
sir.
Thank you.
All right.
The next,
Page 10.
yes, sir. The next contract is with Optum Government Solutions, Inc. This is the committee is likely well aware the agency's transition to a modularity system. This is the contract tied to that.
Senator Butler, do you have any questions on this?
No, not right now.
Okay. Any other questions?
Mr. Chairman, the description alone on this is really worth a read.
You want to read it for us, sir?
EDS contractor will provide the technical environment to deliver integrated data from disparate data sources, generate reports, perform analytics, and provide data visualizations for the agency to make informed decisions. Rolls off the tongue. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. Thank you. One who appreciates verbosity has the ability to recognize it when he sees it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, yes,
about
sir.
him.
Difficult to summarize. The scope of work alone is over 150 pages.
Sure. All right, any other questions? Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chairman, the last contract is with Keystone Peer Review Organization, LLC, also known as KeyPro. This KeyPro provides prior authorizations for numerous services, including nursing home, hospice, post-extended care, swing beds, things of that nature.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
Why, with the $4 million contract, why the $24,000 increase? What?
Yes, sir, Senator. That's a great question. Medicare was seeing an uptick in fraud related to facet joint injections. So those are the injections that go into the spine. When they saw that going on with Medicare, they contacted the state Medicaid agencies to let them be aware of that. And so the agency, at CMS's insistence, instituted new PAs for that procedure that weren't already in place.
Is this PRP or pain?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay. Any other questions? Thank you, sir.
Brian Penn, Mental Health. We have 2 contracts. The first one was Clive Solutions. It's a new contract, and it is sole source, but I've been assured that they are the only ones that can provide this particular service. And what they'll do is they'll provide technical assistance to the department as it relates to CCBHC program, develop reports for SAMHSA, increase client benefits of CCBHC, prepare outcome evaluations, and help reduce expenses associated with CCBHC.
Yeah, inquiring minds have asked that you break these acronyms down. I tried to figure this one, and I had no joy. I didn't Google this one, but
CCBHC. I have to look it up too. Certified Community Behavioral Health Clinics.
I didn't think of that. Thank you. It's still the sole source that's of problem. So, but you've been assured that there's no one else that can do this.
I specifically asked it. I knew it would be asked, and I said, "Are you sure this is sole source?" I asked more than once, and I was assured.
If we were bird hunting, this is like a low-flying bird when that comes up.
Low-hanging fruit.
Yes, sir. Well, that's
always.
even better analogy. Yes,
Yes.
sir. All right, any questions?
And the next one is Claris Consulting. It's an amendment to add more funds and more time to the contract carried out through this FY, and to complete additional work that needs to be done.
All right, any questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
For information, bottom page 12, Office of Minority Affairs, they pulled that contract. We had all kind of submission issues with that, and it was a ping pong match, and then it was pulled. So we had the same problem with the top of page 13, plumbers and gas fitters. They here?
I'm here. I'm sorry. I thought I was waiting my turn.
Yes, sir.
Jimmy Morgan, Plumbers and Gas Fitters Examining Board. We're here to request an increase in the cap on an existing contract with Prove Inc. for examination services. We've experienced about 100% uptick in number of exams taken, and we're getting real close to bumping our number.
Is that a good thing?
We feel like it's a very good thing. There's a huge need for licensed plumbers right now.
All across the state.
All across the state.
No, I get
Real
that.
excited to see it.
Is this that testing service that provides all these professional exams, or this just for y'all?
This is a nationwide examination company
That provide test?
provides some testing. Yes.
I know I have multiple licenses.
Yes.
So I know the state, everybody was switching from the one they used to somebody else.
Yes. The last time I was here, we were swapping over from
Yeah,
SI to Prove.
All right, thanks,
Yes,
sir.
On the submission of the paperwork, I'm probably sure you didn't do this. Just help them get it down next time. And you don't do this a lot, and we understand. So
I'll take full responsibility for that.
life happens every day, doesn't it?
Yes,
So,
sir.
I'm a new plumber.
yeah, I think you'd have 3 or 4 in here that would echo that sentiment. Thank you very much, sir. Public health.
Good morning. I'm Valerie Russell with the Department of Public Health. We have one contract with Community Health Accreditation Program. It's a new contract, 100% state funded for $56,500. It's to renew the accreditation for the home health program to make sure compliance with CMS. It was RFP'd.
All right. Any questions? Easy day, Valerie. Thank you. Transportation.
Lamey Brown with AlDOT. We've got 4 contracts today. All of them are new. All of them are 80% federal, 20% match, state match. First 2 are real estate appraisers, Melanie House and Larry Harville. They do real estate appraisal on our project.
Any questions? Thank you, sir.
All right, the next one is for Bate Geosciences Corporation. They do subsurface utility engineering services.
Any questions? Thank you, sir.
The last one is Thompson Engineering, who's going to do the CE&I on our I-65 Greenville, Butler County rest area that we just let.
Questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Going to legal service contracts. ADECA.
Morning, Mary Elizabeth Dial, representing ADECA. We have one legal services contract before the committee. It is a no-cost extension of time for our representation by Mr. Stephen Labriola.
How many years have we been working here on this?
On the tri-state water litigation,
Yes, ma'am.
longer than I've been around.
No, I had the question, I was trying to understand the duration of this. I know it's been a while.
I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
I can get back to you on that after the
Yeah,
very long time.
yeah.
Around 30 years, I believe.
Wow. All right, any questions on that? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Assisted living. We had, anyway, we had all kind of problems with this. So, Jason, do you want to elaborate on that, or it's no need to today? Okay. There you go. They got it right finally, so we're good there. Attorney General Office.
Clay Crenshaw with the Attorney General's Office. This is a contract with a historian, Dr. Miles Smith, who's going to be an expert witness in the reapportionment cases involving state legislative districts and congressional districts.
Could you give me his CV?
Yes.
I'd like to know a little bit about some guy that's going to testify.
Yeah, I believe I can.
Anytime, yeah, that's fine. I just want to know who he is.
Can you wait 30 seconds?
No, you don't have to read it to us. Just
well, I was going to give it, make sure I had
okay.
it.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
or you
fine.
can
Just
email it.
anytime after the meeting
Yeah.
is fine.
And I'll,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yes, sir.
Chris, you're a good man, Senator. Thank you.
I'm impressed by preparedness. We did have paperwork issues on this, just to be aware, and that doesn't normally happen with you guys. So.
okay. All right.
All right, any other questions? Thank you very much. Corrections?
I think I'm still
Oh.
under the gun. This is a contract with Burt Jordan to represent a couple of correctional defendants in a case up in the Northern District. He's been representing these defendants since 2020.
Any questions? Page 20, same.
Another contract with Burt Jordan, different case also in the Northern District, represented this particular defendant since 2020, a continuation of that representation.
Any questions? Thank you, sir. Top page 21.
Philip Pygott, Rushton Stakely, continuation of representation in a Middle District case. I believe he has one of the correctional defendants.
Questions? Next.
Again, Philip Pygott, Rushton Stakely, different case up in the Northern District. He's represented this particular correctional officer since 2021, so it's a continuation of representation in that case.
All right. Next, top page 22.
And then Alan Sheehan at Capel Howard, another case in the Middle District. He's represented this correctional officer since 2022, so it's a continuation of representation.
Questions? Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Human Resources.
Good morning, Chairman Roberts and committee members. I'm Felicia Brooks, General Counsel for DHR. We have 4 contracts. 2 of them are with firms to represent our county departments for legal services, and 2 of them are litigation contracts for defense and state lawsuits.
All right, we'll start at the bottom of 22. Any questions? Thank you. Top of 23. Questions on the first one? Top. The second one is just time only.
Yes.
Rushton Stakely.
Yes.
And 24. Any questions? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Judicial Inquiry Commission.
Yes, hi, my name is John Selden. I'm an attorney with the commission. This is a contract for Jean Webb. She's an attorney that's worked with the commission for a while now, and because of our increased number of complaints coming in, we need her help with dealing with those which have to be seen in a time-sensitive manner.
Okay, we had all kind of paperwork issues. I know you don't do a lot of these, just you didn't do it, but somebody did, so just be aware of that.
Okay.
Hopefully they understand the way to do it.
Okay.
It just creates issues for us. Any questions on this? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Medicaid, top of 26.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This contract is with Ball, Matthews, and Novak, which will represent the agency in a class action lawsuit in the Middle District.
Any questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
School of Math and Science. You gonna say it? Bueller? No, just sorry. Okay, they'll resubmit. They had all kind of problems as well. All right, Space Science Exhibit Commission, top of page 27.
Good morning, Robert LaBranch from U.S. Space and Rocket Center, governed by the Alabama Space Science Exhibit Commission. The contract in front of you is for legal services related to real estate, contracting with Butler Snow LLP and specifically Daniel Wilson.
Any questions? You say your last name's Frist?
LaBranch. LaBranch.
LaBranch, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
I misunderstood. Okay, any questions? We missed you last month, so thank you for showing up
Appreciate
today.
it. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Clay?
We have one legal contract for you today with Trey Ireland, who's representing us in the Tanner Construction Company case.
I had questions and I forgot to call you about this. Any questions? Thank you, sir.
Just to let you know, the assisted living administrator representative just came in, if you want to go back to that one.
What's the will of the committee?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you very much. We're adjourned. Well, I don't know about that, but no, I drink 2 a day. That's it. So that's bad.
We're going to work on cutting it down to 5.
Okay. No, I'm happy to do that. No, that's a good idea. Yeah, no, I stopped drinking them, and then thank you, sir. No,
That was me being nice.
I was waiting.
Me, I'd have let her come up.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you upstairs.
Okay, thank you. Hey.